I just want to take a moment to thank all of my supporters and everyone for supporting my channel. My channel truly would not be where it's at today without all of my supporters. So with that being said, let's get on down to today's lecture, which is you got to treat your W-2 job. You got to treat your W-2 job like it is a business. Because in reality, people, it is. And I've always known that throughout my working history, all the way up until I retired September 2023. I'm military, I work also state government, I work corporate Americas. I've done it all, people. And I've always known throughout my journey to treat any W-2 job like a business. Because if you don't, you truly will set yourself up for failure. It's a business by evidence that any job, I don't care if it's what genre, what profession, any job has policies and procedures in place, HR policies and procedures in place that governs the behavior of the employee, bottom line. Also, every employee is going to have a job description that's going to outline the essential functions of their job, your tasks, your duties that they are hiring you to do in relation to that job. Real talk. I don't care how small the organization is. I don't care how large the organization is. There is some type of structure in place. Some companies, some agencies, the structure may be like a well-oiled machine. Ain't no job perfect. But trust me, there is a structure in place. There's policies and procedures. You are going to have to report to a supervisor. There is going to be a chain of command, people. Real talk. And, a lot of people, get this twisted. Because your job is not your family. No, your family is your family. Your mother, father, sister, brother, significant other, your kids, that is your family. Don't buy into this myth, people, that your job is your family. It should not be a social gathering. You should go there to perform your job functions and go home. And when you go home, that is your family. That is what they are paying you to do. Rather you get paid once a week, every 2 weeks, once a month. That is the purpose of going to work, is to be remunerated, to receive a salary so you can take care of your kids, so you can take care of yourself, so you can pay your bills. Real talk, people. By evidence, it's a business. Be late for work, not perform the essential job functions, violate company policies and procedures and the HR policies and procedures. They got the right to either give you a warning or put you on administrative leave, or they got the right to fire you. If based on the severity of the HR violation, that company can fire you because it is a business. And a person can choose on whether or not they want to adhere to HR policies and procedures or not. And if you do not, then be ready to face the consequences. And that, I think a lot of, people have the tendency to forget it's a business. It is a business, people. These jobs are in business to do what they do. And you got to keep that at the forefront. Real talk. If they're hiring you for a specific shift, rather it's first shift, second shift, third shift, your behind need to be on time. That time and attendance. Because any job, if they're hiring you for a specific schedule, they ain't telling you, they're not going to say that it's okay for you behind to be late or to not show up or not to communicate with your supervisor. Because if you don't adhere to that, they can fire you. And they should fire you. This is real talk. Because in reality, it's a business, people. Like I said, I've been in the military, I've been in corporate America, I was state government, I worked it all. And I always knew, even when I was a teenager in high school with high school jobs, back then, I always had the mindset to know it is a business. Real talk. And as soon as people can embrace that and understand that, then you'll understand the importance of maintaining a balance. You'll understand the importance of when it's time for you to go home, go home. When it's time for you to take your break, take your break. When it's time for you to take your vacation, take your vacation. You don't bring that job home with you. Don't bring that job on your vacation with you. No, it's a separation and a balance, and you have to understand that. And I always tell people, I don't care what job you have, never forget to continuously to cultivate and develop and to nurture your own skills, people outside of that job. Real talk. If you got a skill set or a talent that you want to cultivate and develop and generate income based off your knowledge, skills, talents, and credentials, you can do that outside of your job. I've always known that. I've always had my company, Parents and Associates Resource Center, simultaneously throughout while I had jobs in the workforce all the way up until I retired. And I still got my company that generates money, people, in retirement. Real talk, because I understood and had the mindset that you have to develop and cultivate and nurture your own talents, skills, and abilities outside of any day job. I don't care what shift you work, first, second, or third. That's real talk. That's understanding the power of having multiple streams of income. Real talk. So I'm telling you, you got to have the mindset that you have got to treat these jobs like it is a business, because it is a business. And, a lot of times people, cross their own boundaries. They go on these jobs, they telling all their personal business and what's going on with the kids and their relationship and what's going on in their household. And they're telling all of their own business to any and everybody who want to listen. And I'm telling you, doing that on the job is not the place to do that. If you got stuff going on, you deal with it outside of that job. I'd rather you go to counseling or you talk to a trusted friend but you deal with those issues outside of the job. Because in reality, at the end of the day, at the end of the shift, you have got to perform your essential job functions. Get behind on those duties and tasks. Start missing deadlines. Then your supervisor going to pull you behind in the office and they're going to ask you, that you have not been performing your job functions. You're missing deadlines. Now they got to write you behind up. Real talk, people. Evidence that it's a business. And I've always said this. And a lot of times people, tell too much of their personal life on these jobs. And I'm telling you, that can come and backfire. That can go against you, because now, since you're putting all your own information out there, you're telling all of your personal business, what's going on with, like I said, relationship or family problems or medical problems or financial problems, any and every kind of problem. You own this job and you're telling any and everybody who want to hear it, and that can come out to hurt you. Real talk. Because now you start falling behind on your job duties and your tasks. And like I said, now your supervisor pulling you into the office saying you're missing deadlines, you're not performing your essential functions of your job. I'm aware that you got all these personal problems going on in your personal life because you're telling everything. And they may say, we might need to do an EAP referral so you can go resolve some of these personal issues and return back to work when it's resolved. But make no mistake, when they're doing that, you might not get paid when they give you a mandatory EAP referral. Real talk, because you're telling all of your business. You're putting everything out there. Now it's having an impact on you not being able to perform your job functions. Now it's bringing you to the attention of the supervisors and managers. Real talk, because you're putting your own stuff out there. That's why I said it's critical. You have got to treat these jobs like a business, because in reality, it is a business. Your job is not your family. Your family is your family. Your kids is your family. Your significant other is your family. Your siblings is your family. Your home, whoever you got living in your household, that is your family, not the job. Because I will hope when you go on vacation, you ain't taking that job with you. I will hope when you get off and go home, you ain't taking that job with you. I hope when you off doing holiday functions and family functions, you ain't taking that job with you. So there's evidence, people, it is a business. So share this information. Somebody might need to hear this in regards to you have got to treat your W-2 job like a business, because in reality, people, it is a business. Simplify, simple fidelis, and I'm going to leave you in the care of your own conscience. Have a great day.